Tired of boring Caro-Kann games? Let me show you a sneaky trap in the Hillbilly Attack that can destroy your opponents in just a few moves. This trap leaves Black's king exposed, and if they aren't careful, you'll catch them with a devastating checkmate. Stick around to learn how to execute this killer idea. We start by playing pawn to a 4, and when Black responds with pawn to c6, we strike with the bold and tricky bishop to c4, entering the Hillbilly Attack. This unusual line immediately targets Black's weak f7 square and throws Caro-Kann players off their game. Black fights back with pawn to d5, but we simply capture it. When Black recaptures with their pawn, they're already stepping into our trap. Instead of retreating, we play the sneaky bishop to b5, delivering a check. This forces Black to block with a piece or move the king, either of which messes up their development. When Black blocks with their bishop to d7, we immediately capture it. After they recapture with the queen, their position is already vulnerable. Now we strike the center with pawn to d4, gaining space and preparing to launch our next tactical blow. Black develops their knight to ca6, and we calmly follow up with knight to f3, increasing our control over the center. When Black plays pawn to e6, they're trying to develop, but our attack is already brewing. We safely castle kingside while Black tries to stabilize with bishop to d6, but it's too late. We're about to hit them with a crushing move. We place our rook on e1, lining up against Black's king. This move prepares an aggressive push and increases pressure on the center. Black develops with knight to f6, but it's not enough to stop what's coming next. Here we play the pinning move, bishop to g5. This freezes Black's knight and prevents them from pushing pawn to a 5, locking them down. Black tries to get active by jumping their knight to e4, attacking our bishop, but this only helps us speed up our plan. And here it comes, pawn to c4. We strike the center, threatening to break open the position and expose Black's king. If they capture, things get even worse. When Black captures our bishop, we simply recapture their knight. If they grab the pawn, their structure falls apart, and their king stays wide open. Now we deliver the knockout blow, pawn to d5. This move blows open the center and sets up a devastating attack against Black's exposed king. Black retreats with knight to d8, but we keep developing with knight to c3, increasing the pressure. If Black castles kingside, they think they're safe, but they're walking straight into our trap. We capture on d5, and after Black recaptures with their knight, we trade knights. Black's pawn structure is shattered, and their king is exposed to a deadly attack. We jump in with our knight to e4, threatening multiple tactical ideas while preparing to bring our queen into the mix. Black is hanging by a thread. Black plays rook to d8 to protect the center, but we respond with queen to c2, lining up on the weakened kingside. If they push pawn to b5 to gain space, they're just making things worse. We play rook to d1, seizing the open file. When Black moves their queen to c7, we strike with knight to g5, and now the checkmate threats become unstoppable. If Black tries to grab a pawn with bishop takes pawn, we quietly play king to h1, sidestepping any checks and keeping the pressure on. And here's the grand finale. When Black captures our rook, we slide our queen to h7 for a beautiful checkmate. The Hillbilly Attack claims another victim. Next, I'm going to show you my first ever tournament game where I used this opening and managed to win the match.